Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Vrajana Ranjana 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 Yamuna Tiravanachari Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Shila Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada No, that's it. Jai Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam 3.24.44. Nirankritar nirmamascha. Just read through, it's already late. Just read through. I'm reading the at least verse. Yeah, read through. Yeah, you won't repeat and say. Yeah. Nirankrit nirmamamscha nirdvandva samadrik swadrik pratyak prashanta dirdirha prashanto me ivadadihi. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thus he gradually became unaffected by the false ego of material identity and became free from material affection. Undisturbed, equal to everyone and without vanity, he could indeed see himself also. His mind was turned inward and was perfectly calm, like an ocean unagitated by waves. Purport. When one's mind is in full Krishna consciousness and one fully engages in rendering devotional service to the Lord, he becomes just like an ocean unagitated by waves. This very example is also cited in Bhagavad Gita. One should become like ocean. The ocean is filled by many thousands of rivers and millions of tons of its water evaporates into clouds. Yet the ocean is the same unagitated ocean. The law of nature may work, but if one is fixed in devotional service at the lotus feet of the Lord, he is not agitated, for he is introspective. He does not look outside to material nature, but he looks in to the spiritual nature of his existence. With a sober mind, he simply engages in the service of the Lord. Thus, he realizes his own self without false identification with matter and without affection for material possessions. Such a great devotee is never in trouble with others because he sees everyone from the platform of spiritual understanding. He sees himself and others in the right perspective. ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयति गिरिं यत्करोमि वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणं परमानन्दं माधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरं हरे कृष्ण. Hare Krishna. I seek blessing of all the devotees. Please bless me that I can speak in front of all exalted devotees. Hare Krishna. So in today's verse, it's the essence of the today's verse is that one should be sober. And how one can be sober? One should be sober, and if one is one to become a sober, he should be free from false ego. And how today's verse is actually, you can see in purport, each and every sentence has a greater meaning, and each and every sentence has at least one verse in Bhagavad Gita which we can correlate. For example, in the last sentence of the purport, it is said that a sage, a great devotee, is never troubled with others because he sees everyone from the platform of spiritual understanding. So, what verse which I can think of by reading this was the one which, like this one, Vidya Vine Samparne Brahmana Gavi Hastini Sunni Chaiva Swapake Cha Pandita Pandita Samadarshina. So here, what is the meaning of this verse? It says that a learned sage can see with equal vision even in cow, and then elephant or a dog eater or a Brahman or a learned man. So he can see everyone with equal vision without any reservations. So how will he get that vision? That is the big question. And to get that vision, it's not like that we will read this verse for just once and then we'll get that vision because we have read it from Bhagavad Gita, so we know we'll get it. No, it takes lifetime of sadhana to get that vision. But how to get that vision? And there is one more sentence here. Prabhupada said that the devotee of a Lord is never agitated by any externals. And Prabhupada quoted the example of ocean, as ocean is never agitated by the waves. Ocean is, because ocean is very vast, it even there so many rivers come and flood in the ocean, and so many tons of water, so much tons of water get evaporated, but ocean remains calm always. So how to get this position of being sober and not being agitated and get an equal vision? In the purport itself, Prabhupada says that a devotee of Lord is never agitated. So to be in that to come to this position, we have to be a devotee of Lord. There are many examples in the Shastras where we can see that so much had happened, but the devotees remain calm. We know, for example, Amrish Maharaj. Amrish Maharaj, what was the position? If we think ourselves, if I think myself in the position of Amrish Maharaj, not in that level, but even in the small situations, like what will happen if somebody comes and tell that this Rohininandan Das has uh, has stolen something from us, or has eaten without us. He gave the word that he will eat with us, but he just ate and he ignored us. What will be my position? I will be like, yeah, I was hungry, so I ate. What is a big deal in that? I will just say like that. But see the situation of Amrish Maharaj. He did not even broke the word. He just by he took guidance. He inquired from the Brahmanas, and then after suggestion of Brahmanas, as Brahmana told all the Brahmanas, sages told him that if you take a Charnamrit a little bit, it's like breaking the fast and not breaking the fast as well. So you will keep the word, and you will not even make offense. So even after getting instructions from Brahmana, he took Charnamrit to break the fast. But and then when Durvasa Muni came, and when he became angry, Amrish Maharaj, without being agitated, without complaining about anything, he was very sober, he was very calm. And we all know that Amrish Maharaj uh, was rendering service to Lord in nine form, in all the nine limbs of bhakti. He did not. So by this example, we can see that a devotee of a Lord can always be a sober, will never be agitated, and he's having full faith that he's under the shelter of Lord. As there is in Nectar of Devotions, we know that six there are six ways to be in bhakti, like reject what is favorable, we will accept; what is unfavorable, we will reject. And the third one is, we will Krishna is our protector and Krishna is our maintainer, third and fourth. So we are taking complete shelter of Krishna. So that is what Amrish Maharaj has shown by the example, that he was not at all agitated by 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 what was happening. And he here in the purport, Prabhupada mentioned that the laws of nature may work, but if one is fixed in devotional service at the lotus feet of the Lord, he is not agitated, for he is introspective. So this is the main point in the purport. So Prabhupada is also giving by giving us hints of what how a devotee should be, and what is the power of a devotional service. So one who is performing devotional service, he will never be in the form, he will never be in trouble. But if I think about myself, if I was, as I told, if I was in that situation, I would have been very indifferent to that situation. I would have been like, yeah, this is nothing. What is the big deal? But even Amrish Maharaj could have told that, because but still he was very respectful, and he took whatever came in his way by the arrangement of the laws of nature. So, and then there are many other examples. We have best example of Maharaj Chitraketu. When Maharaj Chitraketu was flying, when he became Aditya, he became king of Adityas. So he was. It is said, I have heard from my spiritual master about Maharaj Chitraketu's pastime, and my spiritual master said that Maharaj Chitraketu was has kept all the ladies who can sing very sweetly, because he he was the only keeping the ladies because he wanted to hear the glories of Lord Hari and Lord Krishna, because the voice of ladies are it's very sweet. So what is his situation? He was not at all agitated by the beauty of ladies. He was very much sober, and he never for a moment his mind wavered from listening the glories of Hari. But what will and then this is one big example. And then when he was flying in the sky, when he saw Lord Shiva with Parvati Mata on his lap, even though at that time when he was speaking with Lord Shiva, he was still surrounded by ladies. And then and those ladies, what they were doing, they were just speaking, they were just singing the glories of Lord Hari. And then still after hearing those he being in that same situation, when he iron sarcastically spoke with Lord Shiva, Lord Shiva did not took any offense by Maharaj Chitraketu speaking about him like that, even though he saw Maharaj Chitraketu surrounded by ladies, because Lord Shiva perfectly knows that Chitraketu Maharaj is fully Krishna conscious, fully. Even and then he's rendering devotional service. Even in that situation, his mind is fixed only in Krishna. The he spoke these words only to show the world that this thing can be only be done by Lord Shiva. Nobody else have the ability to or nobody else can copy Lord Shiva, and nobody else, like no one goes in some assembly and take wife and can make a take his wife and then do what Lord Shiva did. Nobody can do that. Nobody will do, and nobody can do that because they are not sober. If someone is sober like Lord Shiva, even here in this example, we can see the example of Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva was very sober. He was not at all agitated by the material nature. His mind was only fixed in glorifying Krishna. He was speaking in the assembly of sages, and what he was doing, even though Mata Parvati was in his lap, he was only glorifying Krishna. So you can see the two instances here. Chitraketu Maharaj was also full Krishna consciousness, and Lord Shiva was also full of Krishna consciousness, and they were not agitated by their mind was sober like ocean, as Prabhupada is mentioning here. So this is one big if we do some analysis on this past time, we can understand that what kind of devotional service should we render to become to become uh, to see everyone as equal vision and to be sober. At least we cannot. I'm speaking for myself. I cannot perform the kind of devotional service with which Lord Shiva and the great devotees have did. But if I am in my setting, what can I do? I should introspect on that, because even in the purport, Prabhupada is saying that a devotee of Lord is always being internal, because for he is introspective. So we should also introspect about ourselves. Being in this situation, being in our current present setting, how we can perform devotional service. And if we perform our devotional service properly, even though there will be many mistakes, but we are sincere in performing our devotional service, Krishna will be very happy, Guru will be very happy, even though we are doing mistakes. And if we are getting chastisement from our authorities, that is our perfection. We have to get chastised. If somebody is chastising us, that means that we are on the path of of getting our spiritual we are progressing in our spiritual life. Otherwise, if like there was an example in Srila Prabhupada, there was one devotee. One devotee was very happy that he was very happy and proud that Srila Prabhupada never chastised him, even though Srila Prabhupada chastised so many other devotees, but Srila Prabhupada never chastised him. He was very proud and happy. Then one devotee, maybe I don't remember if a devotee asked or something happened, but then Prabhupada told that I can chastise everyone, but I cannot chastise this person because if I chastise him, he will leave the movement. So that is what so that is not good. So if there is no one to chastise us, that means that we are not progressing in our bhakti, and we might. Jai Shri Shri Radha we are not. If there is no one to chastise us, that means that we are not progressing in our bhakti, and we might leave the process. So what is our so the point here is we should perform our devotional service very sincerely, even though there is mistakes here and there. For sure, Krishna and Guru will be happy. Even the and if we keep on doing it, one day we'll attain perfection. And then how so in what we can do in our present setting. I'm speaking for, I can I if I see my example, I if I am staying in a temple, then I have so much opportunity to do service. If I don't take that opportunity in doing service, and if I do something else, that means that from for outside devotees, they might think that, oh, Rohininandan is doing so much service. He's staying in temple. He's getting so much opportunity to do so much service, and he will be making so much progress. But what but if I'm not doing anything, I'm just staying in the temple, then I'm being a hypocrite. And then if I just sit here and eat prasad, sleep every day, sleep whole day, and then eat prasad and sleep whole day, and I see others doing service, and then I'll be happy that, oh, okay, that person is covering my service and I don't have to do. If I am being complacent and happy and I'm being lazy, then there is no way that I can get the vision of I can be sober, I can become a sober, and I can become free from material entanglement, and there is no way that I can see everyone equally, because I will be habituated in seeing when I see someone, I'll be seeing that, oh, okay, can this person do my service? How should I engage this person in covering my service? I will be always think my mindset will become in that way. This is just one example which I there might be so many ways, but this is our mindset will become, and then I'll see that person as someone who can to how to get my work done. That's it. So, and if that kind of here in the translation, Prabhupada said that. Kardamuni has gradually became unaffected by the false ego of material identity and became free from material affection, undisturbed, equal to everyone, and without duality. So I will be. So here the important word is the duality. Without Kardamuni was without duality. So what is meant by without duality? Prabhupada has already said that equal to everyone. And then that kind of nature I cannot develop if I am in that mindset. So this is very important. And as we hear from Yugal Kishore Prabhuji and all the senior devotees that this material nature is always full of duality. There are so many examples where we think that if this happened, we will be happy. If that happened, we will be happy. Or if this happened, we will be miserable. But in Srimad Bhagavatam, we have seen in many instances that uh, the situation was turning to be very what to say, very disastrous, very dangerous for a devotee. But in turn, it has become very good. In turn, that situation has did good for the devotee. So this material, there are many examples. We can take again the example of Chitraketu Maharaj. Chitraketu Maharaj, uh, it is said in the Srimad Bhagavatam that he was a king of Adityas for millions of years, not just hundreds and thousands of years, for millions of years. After he has seen the Sankarshan, from that time till millions of years he was king. And if if he wouldn't have got that curse from Mata Parvati, he would have been in this material world for more billions of years. But because of that curse, Chitraketu Maharaj has become had taken the body of Brahma Rakshas, Vratrasur. And then because of that, within few hundreds of maybe within few years, he just went back to Godhead. So was this curse a boon or really a curse? If you see overall, if you see the final destination of Vratrasur, for sure will come to a conclusion that this curse was not actually a curse, it was a boon. Because otherwise he would have been enjoying in this material world for billions of years. Then he would have, if he then since this material world is a place of duality, nobody knows if he would have been here for billions of years, there was a chance that he would have fallen down. Nobody knows because it is a duality. But because he got the curse and his mindset was he was his mind was in completely in Krishna consciousness, he just, because Krishna wanted to get him back as soon as possible, so he got this curse, and then he within few years he just went back to Godhead. So this is what this is the nature of this is how we can see duality here. So if from the other, at that point when he got the curse, maybe everybody except Chitraketu Maharaj, everybody would have been thinking what will happen to Chitraketu Maharaj. He was doing so good in his bhakti. He was doing so good, but now he's becoming Brahma Rakshas. And also, what is the meaning of Brahma Rakshas? Brahma Rakshas is the person who eats human beings for his living, who doesn't eat any vegetarian food, who eats meat, and that to whose meat human for living. And if even in that, so now you can think when he got that curse, what will be the other sages might be thinking? They would be completely shocked. Will somebody who is doing good, and if they get a curse and other person sees, they'll think, oh, this his now his life is wasted because he was doing so well, but he would have had chance to know what will happen if he becoming Brahma Rakshas. Will he start eating humans, and then will he go lower and lower and lower again in the lower species of life? But because Chitraketu Maharaj was sober even when he was in the body of Vritarasura, still not being agitated, always meditating on the Krishna. He was performing his devotional service even in that form, and he had seen everybody in the equal vision. He had went back to Godhead. Even it is also there is it is when Chitraketu when Vratrasur ate Indra, and then Vratrasur knew before eating Indra. Vratrasur knew that because Indra has the Vajra, which is which has made on the order of Vishnu. Vishnu is on Indra's side, and Indra is having Narayana Kavach. Nothing will happen to Indra, even Vratrasur eats him. So he was completely in the knowledge of what is his destiny anyway. Even when he started speaking verses, Indra was so much astonished, and he was like, "How can I fight with this devotee? He's a devotee of a Lord." So, but still, to perform his duty, perform the instruction which he got, he has performed his instruction sincerely. Whatever instruction he got from his authority of Vritrasur, he has performed sincerely. The instruction Vritrasur got was to go and fight with Indra by intent to killing him. So, as we are saying, even here there is a devotional service because he was performing the instruction of the authority sincerely. That was also a devotional service. And since if it wouldn't have been devotional service if Vratrasur was not Krishna conscious. But Vratrasur's main goal was he put Krishna in the center, and then when he put Krishna in the center of his life, he was performing the service which was given to him by the authority. It has become a devotional service. And because he was even in that form, he was performing devotional service. That was his success of life. And then after he ate Indra, his part was done anyway, and then he went into deep meditation. Since Indra had Narayana Kavash, nothing happened to Indra. He cut the stomach of Vatrasur, but since Vritrasur was out of bodily platform now, after he ate Indra, he just went into meditation and thinking about Narayan, thinking about Hari. And that's it. When Indra came out, he started cutting the neck of Vratrasur. Indra took 1 year to cut the neck of Vratrasur. But since Vratrasur was out of bodily platform, he was completely on the soul platform and meditating on Hari. He did not even feel any pain while going through that cutting of the neck. And once the neck was beheaded, when the head was beheaded, the soul, a pure soul came out and just went back to Godhead. So that is the destiny. If we perform a devotional service, we will be completely free from all the anxiety. We will be calm. We will be sober, and we will always be unagitated by externals, and we will always go in. Will be internal. Like here, even the Prabhupada said, undisturbed, equal to everyone, and without duality, he could indeed see himself also. His mind was turned inward and was perfectly calm, like ocean unagitated by the waves. So Vratrasur was, when he was meditating, he became completely internal, complete, and then that is the reason he was perfectly calm. Even though what is happening in the external, he was calm and unagitated like ocean. So that stage, we can attain that stage by simply performing devotional service. Now, if we see the materialistic people, what is the greatest fear of a non-devotee or a materialistic people? The greatest fear is to lose any possession they have, any possession, material possession. For example, their money, their home, anything, and even their body. At the time of death, why everybody is very much fearful for to die? Because they have to leave their body, which is also they think as one of their possession. So that is the greatest fear, and because of the fear, they will go through pain. If 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 they know this, if somebody can take this seriously, whatever Prabhupada is saying here, if somebody can take this seriously and follow doing devotional service seriously and sincerely, then there is no way that they will be in fear, and they will be always in calm. So this is the greatest knowledge anybody can get. Instead of just going outside, doing something for maintaining their body, and for not just maintaining their body. If they are acquiring more than what they need, for sure, they have to go through anxiety anyway. Without their knowledge, even if somebody have money more than required, they have to go through anxiety, and then that money they want to save in some way or the other, and by saving also there will be anxiety that what if some what if some bankruptcy happen, recession happen, or something happen, if they lose job or something, then they think that they will utilize that money, what which with whatever they saved, but they don't know that how can how can these people be sure that okay, this money when will be helpful for them when in future, because we don't even know what will be our future. We might not have that much time also with us, and we might without using that money we might leave this world, we might leave our body. So we don't even know if we are saving that money, that money might be helpful or might not helpful, but to save that money we have went through a lot of anxiety, any we have to go through a lot of anxiety. So if somebody would have performed devotional service, instead of going through anxiety, they would have been much more peaceful. And because they have performed devotional service, they would have got a spiritual credit which is eternal anyway. So they would have avoided being anxiety, they would have been peaceful in that time, and they would have been peaceful even after in future. And if they continue, if somebody continue doing like that, it is maybe there will be a time, not maybe, for surely from this verse, surely there will be a time that they will become free from bodily consciousness and come on the soul platform. And once somebody who comes on soul platform, he's a sadhu. And if he's a sadhu, that means that he's never get any pain or never be distressed by whatever is going on around him, and he will see everyone in the equal vision. And when somebody comes and try to agitate him, he will not be agitated anyway, because he is internal, he is completely in his soul platform and completely meditating on the goal. And what is the goal is to go back to Godhead. Goal is to become eternal. And how to become eternal? With this body we cannot become eternal. If we are on the bodily platform, we cannot become eternal. We have to come on the soul platform to become eternal. And once we are eternal, what is the once we are on the slope once we are on the soul platform, we'll get the quality of a soul. And what is the quality of soul? Sat Chit Anand, always be blissful, always be eternal, and always be knowledgeable. So we will be always be blissful if we are on the soul platform. So the way to be blissful is to perform devotional service, and uh, then whatever devotional service we can perform in our current setting. It's not that somebody's every devotional service is equal. If somebody is sweeping the floor, and if somebody is raising the funds for Krishna, both the service are equal. And if somebody is just sitting in the corner or chanting, and if somebody is doing great performance in kirtan, that is both are equally devotional service. There is no big and there is no small. So we have to think, we have to see in what we can do in our current setting, and we have to do it sincerely. And this will make sure that we will attain perfection of our life. So that's what I wanted to speak today on this one. Please forgive me if I have spoken anything wrong and out of my adhikar. And if there are any corrections, please correct me. Hare Krishna. You have any corrections? And if nobody have anything, any question? Anybody have any questions on Zoom?
Prabhuji, no questions, but it was a very nice class, and especially the point of internalizing ourselves by channeling ourselves towards devotional service. That was a very nice point that you brought again and again. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
So I spoke whatever I heard from our senior devotee. Thank you so much.
One question.
Yes,
Chitraketu Maharaj with us, but he remembers devotional service.
Yes.
So here for
No.
even in the birth of demon.
No, even in the birth of demon, he was fully Krishna conscious. That is the reason when at the time of the fighting with Indra, what was his prayer? Vritrasur Maharaj prayer was that I am hankering for association of devotees because I am in this body. I am alone. Nobody wants to associate with me, but I want to associate with devotees. And then he's saying Indra that you are very much lucky, means you have association of devotees, but I don't have the association of devotees. I am hankering for it. So it was Vitrasur prayer was that he want association. So that shows that he remembered all his devotional service. He never forgot it, even in the body of Brahma Rakshas. And seeing that prayer, Indra was very much astonished, and his hand started shaking. He was thinking, how can I fight with this kind of Vaishnava? Yeah, this great Vaishnava. So his that was a Vritasur's mindset and consciousness.
Lastly, summarize. Nice to hear this story.
Yes.
Yeah, answer one question. So, Prabhuji, actually, I was thinking of Radha Govind Maharaj, that how like Maharaj is always so calm and so
Yeah.
even when he speaks, you can feel like the smaran is so deep. So, uh, of course, a very high state of consciousness. Uh, so, mm, I mean, when one is fully self-realized, then he actually has that has that access, and he can just like Vitrasur did, he can just go into the soul platform and nothing can touch him. But then I am not on that platform. So when such situation comes that there is opportunity for agitation, like you don't feel comfortable when someone says something, whoever it may be. So how to make sure that we don't react, and in that situation we just become introspective. Like I was also thinking about one more thing, that what what like like before everything there is always a something before. Like if Maharaj Ambarish did not do anything when Durvas Muni created that, then that there must be something which happened in his mind, something which helped him to maintain that. And same thing with Chitraketu also. So Chitraketu did not speak anything with Mother Parvati, means that after Mother Parvati did something, Chitraketu had some realization, had some mercy. That's why he did not speak. So my question is, how to attract that kind of mercy that actually gives us the intelligence that what should be done and what should not be done.
I'll say whatever you told to me, bro, yeah, on this. I'll repeat your words only. That for Chitraketu Maharaj, you can see that when he got the curse, he came down, and what he said to Mata Parvati, he said that he folded his hands and he said that I'm sorry, mother, I'm sorry if it caused you trouble. Whatever I spoke, it caused you trouble. But whatever curse you are giving, he said in this, whatever Radha Govind Maharaj told, I'm saying. Radha Govind Maharaj said that, Chitraketu Maharaj said to Mata Parvati that you don't have any power to either give a curse or a boon. You do because whatever is happening, it's happening by the will of Krishna, by the will of Lord. And in this material world, uh, there will be happiness, distress. It's continuous going on. Nothing is so. If today I'm getting distress, that doesn't mean that I am that it doesn't mean that I have to like it will stay for long. It's anyways. This material world is full of duality. So there is happiness, distress, and you don't have power to give someone either a blessing or a boon. It's completely under the control of law. So this was the consciousness of Chitraketu Maharaj. When he got the curse, he was thinking that it happened by the arrangement of Lord. nothing will happen anything without arrangement of the Lord. So when you said that if there is a there are instances when there is a agitation, when there is a cause of agitation, if in that situation, if we can think that whatever is happening is by the arrangement of the Lord, then for sure it will help us to be calm and be composed in that situation. And how we can think, it's not easy also to think that in that situation, if somebody is provoking, agitating you, it's not easy, even though you know so much, all Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, and everything, but so even if you know that everything is happening under the arrangement, but if we have so much envy and false ego, it will hinder our knowledge. It will like hide our knowledge, yeah, cover our knowledge, and make us to react. So whenever we are in good situation, so that is the, so what to do whenever we are in not in agitated situation, whenever we are in good, now we are all in good situation, no one is agitating us. So in this situation, we should always pray to Krishna and our Guru that please give me strength to not act on this situation. Please give me strength to not react on any situation. Please give me strength to come out of my anarthas. If we keep on praying, hope, if we keep on, there is a hope, by faith, with full faith, if we pray, there is a hope that when this situation comes, Krishna will give us intelligence, Guru will give us intelligence to not react. So that is what my answer, Prabhuji. When we are not in provoking situation, at that time we have to make ourselves prepared for those kind of things, because this is, as it is said in the purport and everywhere, that this world is full of duality. We will be put in that situation for sure. We have to always be prepared for that situation, and that is our exam. That will be our test. So for test, what we have to do, we have to prepare. And how to prepare? It's very easy for us. Just keep praying to Krishna and on the lotus feet of Krishna and lotus feet of Guru, and they will give us correct intelligence what how to act when we are in this kind of situation. So that is what my answer to you. Please correct me if there is anything, or please add.
Thank you. No video on this.
If anybody don't have any questions, we'll end the class. Manchakal Kataramisya Kripa Sindhubhaiva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavya Namo Namah. Anant Koti Vaishnavya Ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.